Hi, I'm Matt Van Ryn, back with today's business tip. Today we're going to talk about commercial real estate leases. I've been negotiating leases for businesses both on the tenant side and the landlord side for over 20 years. I also spent a couple years in-house working as a leasing attorney for one of the largest shopping center developers in the Northeast. Working for them, I learned quite a bit about the mentality of a large-scale landlord, what changes they're willing to make to a lease, and what change requests they will not entertain under any circumstances. The most common issues in commercial leasing, the first one is a triple net lease. People talk about a triple net lease, and you might be wondering, what does that mean? That means that the landlord wants to put his cost of paying real estate taxes onto the tenants. He wants to transfer the cost of his insurance onto the tenants, and he wants to transfer the costs of maintaining the property, including administrative costs, onto the tenant. Now, sometimes if you're getting into a major shopping center that's going to guarantee millions of people passing your store in the course of a year, it may be worth it for you to absorb all these costs that usually belong to the landlord. But if you are in a strip mall that has 4 or 5 stores and you're going to be one of the most important tenants, it may not make as much sense for you to agree to the landlord shifting all of those costs onto you. That's where having an experienced real estate attorney really can help you save money. Apart from triple net leases, the most negotiated and the most disputed area of a lease is CAM, Common Area Maintenance Charges. CAM is all the operating expenses that the landlord incurs for plowing the parking lot, making sure that the lobbies and the hallways of a mall are cleaned. It's all the costs that the landlord incurs in operating the property. Now, a lot of landlords take advantage of a CAM clause, and they include many of their overhead expenses, the expense of them having attorneys review leases, the expense of their taxes, the expense of their staff. The thing is, when you're a tenant, you want to limit and look closely at what expenses a landlord is trying to pass along to you, and what are reasonable and what are fair. And you can always use help in that area from an experienced real estate attorney. So my piece of advice for today's business tip, is get an attorney's assistance if you're negotiating a commercial lease. It will be worth the expense in the long run. Thanks very much. I'm Matt Van Ryn.